Hi, I'm Jamie Markle, Group Publisher with Northlight Books, and I'm here today in the Northlight Studios with Liz Haywood-Sullivan. Liz, welcome back.
Thank you, Jamie.
It's your second time in our studios here. Last time you were here, you shot 3 videos with us, and this week you're back and you're shooting 3 more. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the videos you're shooting this week?
I'm absolutely thrilled to be back, and thank you for asking me. The 3 videos that I'm shooting are, one of them is I will be doing, haven't completed it yet, but I'm going to be doing snow, which is my favorite subject. I'm just a northern girl, so I just really enjoy snow, and so I'll be doing snow with an underpainting. I did these 2, which we're talking about painting on black versus painting on white with an underpainting, and how the 2 different surfaces, a paper surface versus a sandpaper surface, work. So that's a really interesting comparison. And then I've completed this one here, which is a plein air exercise that my students absolutely love this one, because a lot of students don't have the they don't have the ability to pick up all their pastels and go out and do plein air, but they know that they need to do some plein air work. I'm always saying, you've got to see what the colors are and the lights and the darks. Photographs don't cut it, but they just don't have the wherewithal or the interest, really, of hauling all this stuff and going outside. So this starts out, you go outside and do a charcoal sketch. And all you have to bring with you, seriously, if you want, is just the paper and the charcoal. I always bring a sketchbook and do some thumbnails as well. But then you just bring it back into the studio immediately. If you come back immediately, you don't use a camera at all. You just take a visual image and remember it in your head with your notes on a piece of paper and then you go and you finish it up and apply the color. And it's not meant to be like a finished painting. It's really more of a really good exercise of learning how to see and observe. And because we don't do that as well as we used to, because we're so reliant upon the camera now.
So would you say that seeing is one of the biggest challenges your students have?
Oh, absolutely. It's I talk about it in my book. One of the chapters one of the chapters I talk about is what color is the water? Everybody thinks, oh, water's blue. Water's not blue. Water is a reflective surface. Water can be brown, can be green, can be white or gray, depending upon where the light's coming from and all that. So, trees aren't always green. There are all these perceptions that just because this is the way they've thought about it or they've learned it, that this is what it needs to be. And I'm always saying, paint what you see, not what you think.
Right,
So,
it's that classic contradiction between what you think you know and what you can see.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. So learning how to see is a really hard thing. It's a really difficult thing to do.
So what's a second challenge your students have?
A second challenge.
If seeing is the first one.
Okay, honestly, the longer I teach, the thing that keeps coming up is students, a lot of my students just don't have a fine art training, fine art background. And so I can teach them how to paint with pastels, but they oftentimes seem to hit a ceiling where their work just doesn't seem to progress and get much better. And what that is without that basic education in things like composition, perspective, color, volume, form, all those types of things, that their work just doesn't go any further. I mean, if you could do an absolutely gorgeous landscape painting, but if you've got a barn in it and the perspective in that barn is wrong, the whole painting is wrong. So I have started to incorporate in my classes a lot more of some of the basics, and I've gotten much better at actually integrating some of these exercises into a subject, for instance, such as painting snow. how to scale your painting up properly so the proportions are correct when you go to actually do the painting. And all these things just tend to free the artist up so that they don't have these stumbling blocks and they can really just get into enjoying the paintings.
So back to fundamentals, it sounds like.
Back to fundamentals, absolutely, absolutely. And carrying a sketchbook around. It's always, it's like lifting weights, that eye-hand coordination. I carry one in my purse. I've got one in my car. And do encourage students, you don't have to take a class, just keep a pen and some paper with you. You're waiting in a doctor's office. You can just sketch the person waiting across from you. Just working on that all the time, yeah.
So speaking of your book, it came out earlier this year, and we've been very happy with the response we've seen. What have you heard from your students directly?
They absolutely love it. I've gotten so many compliments on the book. I've gotten people telling me that it's one of the most comprehensive, well thought out books that they've read. I've gotten a lot of compliments from people from other media. I've gotten people from the oil and acrylic and watercolor communities coming to me and writing me emails and saying, I'm recommending that my students get this, or I think this is a fabulous book for this topic. It doesn't really just have to relate to pastel, which is really great compliment.
I say pan media is a great compliment to hear that from other artists.
Definitely.
Now, in addition to your workshop schedule and your other activities, you've assumed the presidency of IAPS, correct?
Yes, and just ran the first convention of my presidency in Albuquerque, and it was pretty amazing. What a wonderful opportunity, and the convention was fabulous. This year we actually incorporated for the first time an exhibition. We had close to 200 paintings in as part of the convention. So we've now got kind of like a three-prong. We've got the exhibition of the paintings, we've got the trade show, and then we've got the meat of the convention, which is all the demonstrations and the workshops and the one-on-ones with the artists there, and including yourself.
Including myself. Yeah, it was a great event this year, and it was so nice to have the exhibition in the same space as the rest of the show. It was really an amazing group of passionate people.
And we've got a lot of plans for the next time around. I mean, we're going to have some more walkthroughs with the exhibition, but I also would love to start introducing a few things like, about framing, about how to ship artwork, and so we can actually use the exhibition as a backdrop for some of these other classes that we can start to incorporate and give some of the pastel artists a few new items to come to IAPS for.
Great. Well, congratulations again on your IAPS presidency. I'm sure the new ones will be great, and congratulations on the book. It's great to have you back here.
Oh, well, I just love working with you guys. You know that.
We do, and we love working with you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, everybody.